Hi, my name is Keith Lowry, and I'm the Adult Discipleship Specialist with the Great Commission team with Texas Baptist, and I've been asked to share some thoughts with you about a very timely topic, preparing for the boomer wave. According to generational researcher Hayden Shaw, the boomer harvest is ripe. This is the critical time for your church to give boomers a vision of what a difference they can make with this next stage of their lives. Let's take a look. In the 1930s, as the U.S. birth rate bottomed out in the midst of the Great Depression, then after the war, the boys returned home and were warmly welcomed home, and with that new optimism that was sweeping the country, the baby boom that would dramatically change the world was born. In every stage of their lives, boomers have had a dramatic impact. Their purchasing power changed the telecommunications industry, the computer industry, Al Gore's internet, and the Facebook, and so much more. And now, as they're reaching 65, they're having a dramatic impact on our legacy senior adult ministries, and we'd better be prepared. Just look at this change. Imagine being in the diaper business in the late 40s or in the bicycle business in the early 50s. And now imagine the ministry possibilities when 76 million boomers come face to face with their mortality, their anemic retirement plans, caring for aging parents, or leaving a lasting impact on the world. In the decade just past, when most boomers started turning 65, there was a dramatic demographic shift, but nothing like this tsunami that's coming. Just look at the wave that's about to hit our churches and society. How prepared is your church to minister to this demographic time bomb? And what about in 20 years when these folks are turning 85 and 90? Are you staffed for the endless hospital and homebound visits to the tidal wave of boomers who will be infirm? The good news is boomers and those who follow want to be engaged in ministry that makes a difference. The challenge for us is to give them opportunities to exercise the gifts they've been given to serve, both inside and outside the church. Luckily, we have an army at our disposal, and now's the time to start winding that army up and getting them trained, empowered, and equipped for the work they have to do. And they are chomping at the bits with time, money, and an $8 trillion longevity bonus burning a hole in their pockets. Someone's going to give them an opportunity to serve. Will it be you? The old ideas about working until we turn 65 and then retiring actually came about when we instituted the Social Security system, signed into law in 1935 by Roosevelt. At the time, official retirement age when Social Security would kick in was set at 65, when the average lifespan at the time was just 62. Oops. Now, boomers are re-envisioning a new cyclic life plan that doesn't tack the extra 20 years on the end like a 20-year vacation, but rather spreads it out along the way with multiple options. These bonus years can then be invested at any age and stage of life, giving boomers options previous generations never had. The Rolling Stones are constantly coming out of retirement, going on tour again. They're currently older than our Supreme Court, but they just keep rolling on. Expect to see boomers being similarly flexible in their retirement plans. George Burns famously said, "Retirement at 65 is ridiculous. When I was 65, I still had pimples." Get used to the fact that these are not our legacy senior adults, and they do not look, act, or retire anything like them, and they don't do ministry like them, and they don't want to be lumped into Sunday school classes or 4:30 p.m. dinners or trips to Branson with them. They're different, and they have been their entire lives, and ministry with them will be vastly different. Live Oaks Community Church meets across the street from The Villages, Florida, a community known for its active lifestyle for those aged 55 and up. About 180 attended the nation's first golf cart drive-in service, arriving in 90 golf carts and cars. Pastor Chris Holk says they look for ways they can find a balance between play hard and pray hard. This generation wants to serve, to make an impact in the second half of their lives and not be lumped in with the seniors group. The church runs the risk of losing the vast skills and gifts from this generation if it continues to see them as new members of the Triple L Club, the ageless wonders of the Young at Heart group. We are not our parents. Want to run a boomer off? Call them a senior adult, or invite them to your senior adult ministry, or introduce them on their first visit to your senior adult pastor. In a survey conducted by Baylor's School of Social Work, boomers told us their preferred nomenclature by far was simply adults. Don't call me senior. When a surfer's trying to get up on a wave, you'll see them lying flat on their board, looking over their shoulder for the coming wave, and as they see it approaching, they start paddling for all they're worth because they know if they're not up to speed when it arrives, it'll roll right past them and leave them in its wake. Our goal is to help churches get up to speed. So if you want to get up to speed, this book is one of the first things we recommend. Amy has been with us from the beginning as we started holding statewide conferences and is passionate, one of the most knowledgeable people in the country about church ministry to baby boomers. If you want to know more from the best, start here. And one of the first things Amy will encourage you to do is to enlist a boomer dream team. Look for forward thinkers, team players, and people who've been successful in a wide variety of careers. Look for big thinkers and get-her-done people who will find a way to get anything accomplished, and start them with one assignment. Read Amy's book. Help your team organize mission trips, service projects, along with fun events. Texas Baptist Men will provide free Yellow Hat training to your boomers so they can respond immediately when disaster strikes. Show them how to find short-term mission opportunities nationally and internationally on NAM and IMB sites, and then empower them to go. In 2011, we started holding statewide conferences, which became national, and in 2017, international, with people from 18 states, Australia, and Canada. Now the movement is spreading, a result with which we're thrilled. I'm no idiot. I invited the Australian team to present at our conference last year, and I'm looking for a return invite anytime now. So help us get the word out. Bring your staff team and your Boomer Dream team to San Antonio. In 11 years, every boomer will have reached 65. Let's take full advantage of these years to engage not only the boomers in our churches, but the 76 million boomers all over the country who desperately need to know Christ. We'll see you in September at the Riverwalk.